I am Vinnie Tortorich, folks. Your good intentions have been stolen. But don't worry, I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, just like the woman wearing some jeans with holes in them. That's right. They were brand new. They
Uh-huh.
came with holes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Miss Gina Grad. How you doing? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh,
Oh, how dare
let me
you?
try again. Gina Grad. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that was a Freudian slip because he doesn't like jeans with holes in them.
Yeah. So now you
Okay.
have a new.
Now I have a new stove. Let me just open this door, get a little air in here, and we're off to the races. Fantastic. Okay.
Speaking
All
of
is
air, the whole
yes.
like, I'm talking to my relatives down in Louisiana. It's 100 degrees every day, 100% humidity. They're living in a steam room, basically.
Oh, oh,
How's it
that
been?
it's very, very hot here. And I know nobody cares because it's a dry heat, but it's true because I grew up in Kansas. Don't look at me like I'm some softie. People don't understand here, especially my stepson. In the summers, and Vinny, if you don't agree with me, I'll be shocked. It's not a sunny, bright, happy summer. It's a lot of rain in the summer.
Yeah.
It's very humid in the summer. I was a camp counselor for 7, 8 years, and most of those days were indoor activities. It rains a lot in the summer. So I don't miss that shit one bit. However, as I put on Instagram yesterday, it was 107, and that's still very hot. Um, the biggest problem, however, is I don't know if you saw the headline in Arizona, people who fall on the cement, or if you sit or you stumble, you trip, you end up on the cement, are going to the hospital with severe burns because the cement is that hot in Arizona right now.
Yeah, whenever I would crew for the Badwater 135, of course, Death
Mm,
Valley, one of the hottest places on the planet.
yes.
It regularly hits 125, 128 out there. I think they had a new recorded record not long ago. But the runners, they run within 12 or 15 hours. Some of them will get a rash going up the back of their legs. So the bottom part of their legs, right at the calf, will start getting a rash, and it's from their skin. They don't know where it comes from. They think their skin is slowly cooking
Oh my God.
from the heat.
If you
Um,
start smelling delicious, you better find some air conditioning.
yeah, if people start looking at you and going,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm,
Like, yeah, like Wile E. Coyote looking at a drumstick.
yeah. But yeah, it's, heat can really, really bother you. Look, folks, it's important to drink a lot of water. People keep asking me about, oh, ultra salt and your salt and this salt. What's the best electrolyte? Well, ultra salt is the best electrolyte. And I'm not saying that because I came up with it. Basically, what we did with that product was we deconstructed sweat.
Hmm.
We reverse sweat. And that's what we're putting back in your body, exactly what you're sweating out. I can't say that about every product. Gatorade, they're putting a bunch of in Sport Aid, all that stuff. They're putting a bunch of sugar in you. Even Element. People go, what about Element? This is a great product. They got fake sugars. I just did a video on my YouTube channel about fake sugars. Don't fall for this crap, folks. And
And
go on,
yep.
Gina.
No. I was just going to agree with you by saying, how in some ways, the medical community is wonderful, and in some ways they have some catching up to do. I was told by my general practitioner's nurse on the phone the other day that the best way to retain water right now in your body is to drink Gatorade. I said, "Are you sure Gatorade?" She goes, "It's got to be Gatorade." I went to the pharmacist at the drugstore just to see if they'd agree. And I said, "Yeah, I was told to drink Gatorade." She goes, "Gatorade? God, no. Do you know what's in Gatorade?" And my first thought was, this is a nurse at a doctor's office in Beverly Hills.
Right. Look, I mean, the standard of care, they always standard of care. Gatorade is nothing near. And by the way, if you think Pediasure and Pedialyte and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff for your kid is better, same crap. Same crap. Folks, do not fall for it. Please trust me on that. And if you're not going to take ultra salt, put extra salt on your food. You need something to hold that water in your cells. And salt will do that. Don't, oh, whoa, I got problems with my blood pressure. Salt. It's hot. Get salt in your body, get a ton of water in your body, and keep doing it. Don't get behind on your hydration. Stay on top of it.
So, because I know nothing about this and you know much, can you tell us, just for us dummies, what salt has to do with electrolytes? Because we keep hearing about our electrolytes.
You ever hear the term you're worth your salt?
Yes.
We used to look at salt in this world as being the thing to get. Get
Like
salt,
precious. Yeah.
precious, right? Like gold,
Yeah.
right? Salt was a big thing. At some point, somewhere in the 1950s, just like we did a war on saturated fats and just started calling saturated fats bad for you.
Mm.
And that was just out of clear blue.
Hmm.
You know, one guy, Ansel Keys came along and said, the same thing happened to salt. You know, there are people with high blood pressure. The first thing they'll say is, lower your salt.
Right.
Don't put salt on anything.
Right. Low sodium diet.
The sodium that's in your food is not the same as table salt. And by the way, I'm not talking about the stuff that comes, from Morton's. And go
Right.
get yourself some good salt, some pink salt, some black salt. I don't care. You can go get Redmond's. Redmond's is the best salt on the planet. I'm just going to
I
tell you.
have it.
If you're not going to use Redmond's, any of the Himalayan stuff, any of the stuff from Eastern Europe, all of that stuff, the black salt, the pink salt, all good. All good. Got all the minerals in it, got everything you need to keep you healthy. That's not the same as the crap they put in your food, the sodium that they put in your food. And by the way, what's causing your problem more than that is the crappy food you're eating.
Right.
So eat real food. All of these folks, I'm mad. All of these problems go away. Let me do this for Debbie. Your problem is not salt. Your problem is you're eating crappy food with high sodium. So we blame the sodium. The problem is you're eating processed junk. Stay away from that crap. Stay motivated.
So I will tell you, to your credit, not to your credit, not that you need it, but to what you said, what my favorite snack, meal, this is quote unquote breakfast for me, a half an avocado and sprinkled Redmond's, like the really chunky crystal salt over that. So you get that crunch and it tastes great, and it's with an avocado. That's my favorite thing, with no other seasoning or anything, just the crunchy salt and half avocado.
Yeah. I've been down in those mines in
Where?
in Utah.
Really?
Yeah. I knew about Redmond salt because, okay, Leslie Shaheen, grew up with her. God, she was cute. Still is. Leslie got married to a guy from Salina, Utah. The Redmond family is from Salina, Utah.
Okay.
Now, when you're going down the 70, you get off the 50 and you get on the 70, you get to Salina. There's one hotel in town. There's a couple of cowboys, and they have a couple of farms. They mine coal there.
Okay.
Whole community. They have local rodeos. They have boot scooting boogies and all.
Ooh, I like it.
It's like something out of a movie.
It's like Deadwood.
One of my closest childhood friends is from there, and I would go visit her. And she had kids, husband, the whole thing. I'd go visit, especially when I go to Aspen to go skiing. I'd stop there for a day or two just to hang out with Leslie and Kirby and the kids. And Redmond's was not really known. We're talking about all the way back late 80s, early 90s. The world didn't know about Redmond's back then. But you would every table in the town, wherever you would go to, had Redmond's, and that was it.
Had the best salt.
So when Andy and I, when we were putting together our ultra salt, I said, Andy, I want the best salt in the world. And we did a big giant search. And some of these Himalayan salts came back really high, with all these nutrients and
right.
all. And Andy calls me one day. He goes, we had been searching for about 3 months. He goes, you're not going to believe this, but the salt with the highest mineral content on the planet, you want to guess where it's from? I went, I don't know, somewhere in Italy. I don't know, Dolomites. Where is it? He goes, Utah. And as soon as he said Utah, I said, Redmond's? He goes, you know what it is? I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know the people. So
Oh
we
my
went there and
God.
made a deal with them. They took us down into the mines. I had already known the people. I had met the Redmond family. I knew who they were. So we went straight to Redmond. They took us down below the earth where they bring.
You really, oh my God. What was it scary? Was it cool?
Oh, it was really cool. I have a big chunk of a big salt chunk. You can lick it.
Oh my
I
God.
have a big rock of salt that big somewhere.
Oh my
around
God.
here.
Bigger than your head.
It used to be, but I've been licking it for a couple of years, like a
Vinny
lollipop.
Vinny the horse boy.
Yeah, I just lick that rock sometimes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm researching salt. I love this. In fact, I don't know if you have ever heard of the cookbook, and then it was a TV show on Netflix called Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat.
Yeah.
It's no what's her name? The world renowned chef, and those are like the four, pillars of cooking, basically. And she has a whole salt episode.
Is that
And
Giada? That's not.
no, it's not like a Middle Eastern name. I'll find it.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very cool. Her name, Samin Nosrat.
Yeah.
And it's a very cool cookbook and a very cool show. And my favorite episode by far was the salt episode. I had no idea. I thought, like everybody else on the planet, like that you would absolutely hate little, table salt with the little girl with the umbrella. What else do we need? Oh no, 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 no. There's a lot that goes.
That's
rookie.
Rookie.
I know.
I have Malden. I have Redmonds. I have this. I have that. I got salt. You should see it. It looks like I have a salt mine in my.
I love it. I love salts.
Yeah.
And I have like multiple kinds of Redmonds because they have, I mean, I love, this is basically a Redmonds commercial. I have many Redmonds, different kinds. They have all kinds of stuff.
I'm going to tell you something about Redmonds. You being Jewish.
Yes.
You're not Jewish. You're actually a Jew.
I'm a real Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every bit of Redmond salt is kosher.
Is it?
They put kosher on some of the packages so that Jews can have something to buy and feel special. But once the rabbi comes and blesses the whole mine,
it's all
kosher.
That's true. That is so funny. I wouldn't think that for Utah.
Yeah. Go figure. Yeah. Go figure. But yeah, they found a rabbi and the guy came over and waved the magic wand and did the.
That's exactly. It's basically like Harry Potter. They wave a magic wand, like you said.
They spit a little bit.
Oh yeah, and they go tu. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, look at you. It's like you're Jewish too. Wow. Yeah. Now I want to go dump some ultra salt into my drink because we're going outside later and I ain't looking forward to it. And I'm not drinking. And my dad, God love him, God rest his soul, his doctor was the same way, but instead of Gatorade, he's like, no, this one's better. He was drinking like ice, or it was same thing, comes in a big plastic container, and got to stay hydrated because one of nature's colors is antifreeze. Those big blue jugs of God knows what, and his doctor told him to drink it, and boy did he down those because he was a runner. So yeah, we have some catching up to do, I think.
Yeah. And by the way, this right here, I talked about this in my live video last night. This 40-ounce jug, you could tell is pretty beat up. I've had the same. I had two of these, Gina.
I know.
You know the story.
God rest his soul too.
Had I known he was going to die, I wouldn't have let him keep it.
Jesus. Your buddy Ozzy was supposed to borrow it, took it with him.
I said, Ozzy, put a little tab on yours. So this is yours. So we don't keep lipping each other's, water all day. And then when we were done, I see him walking out of my house after 4 days. And he is swinging it in his hand. Oh, I went, I keep it. But yeah, I put this is 40 ounces. I put 3 ultra salts a day right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And every time this is going to make 80 ounces when I'm done. So that means I've had 6 ultra salts. I'm going to be in a rowboat for 2 hours after this. Oof. And look, I've been coming back. Serena said to me last time, she goes, did you fall out? And I was like, what are you talking about? My shirt was soaked. My pants were soaked. My hat was completely wet from sweat. We're there, I'm humping that boat like a monkey fucking a football.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm working. You understand?
Okay, we have a new leader in the clubhouse from She Can Make a Train Take a Dirt Road.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah, I'm pulling on that boat.
Is this the kayak, the
No,
bespoke
no, no.
kayak?
I'm learning how to row on water.
Oh,
When I got past 5 million meters on my indoor rower, I was like, I need to take this and apply it
no,
to
I know, but that's on the kayak, right?
no, no, to rowboat.
A real rowboat.
Yeah, I've been taking rowing classes to learn how to do it. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Right down.
amazing.
Yeah. So it's 2 hours, 3 times a week. And I've made it out of beginners. Next week we start novice. And the coach has already told me, you want to join our masters team? I was like, oh, what does that entail? He goes, oh, you get to race. I was like, but I'm still worried I'm going to turn over. He goes, you're good. I think it's because I do a lot of paddling,
Okay.
So rowing is the opposite of paddling, and I know how to hold a boat up.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that actually is really interesting. But hold on, let's stop down on this for a second. You're taking an actual class and
Mm-hmm.
you have an actual instructor,
Coaches, yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay. For anyone out there, because I just had a conversation like this with someone that said, I'm too old. I'll be embarrassed if I take a class. I don't want to take a class. Everyone will, what if they're younger than me? Or what if, Vinnie, you are doing something you've never done before. You are taking an in-person class with an instructor. You started at a beginner's level and you're loving it. And now they want you to join their team.
Well, look, I think they want everyone to be inclusive, but the guy pulled me aside last time and said,
Yeah.
I see you taking novice next. I said, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I want to go through August. And he goes, I think you would be interested in masters. And I said, well, yeah, but what does that entail? And he goes, you're already in, but just
Oh my
I need
God.
to keep learning, right? Look, I mean, we never stop learning.
No.
It's like I bought I'm pointing because it's right here. I bought this concept too right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yep. I remember.
And so I had nothing else to do. I was stuck in that small house we were in.
Right.
So every day I started getting on for 30 minutes a day. And then I realized I should watch a few videos. So I went to the Concept 2 site and got those videos in my head and practiced that, right?
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes became 35 minutes, became 40 minutes, became 45 minutes. Then it became, you're going to hate me for this, but it became a whole episode of Love Boat.
Oh, Jesus.
And then it became an episode of Love Boat and then Andy Griffith. And then I was looking at my numbers one day. I wasn't really paying attention, but I was on the Concept 2 site and they said, hey, one of our challenges happens to be you could do a whole marathon. I was like, what's a marathon? What is this? And it's like 40,000 meters of rowing nonstop. So you set it, you have to set it, and then you just go, and it
Yeah.
took me a couple of 2 or 3 hours. I can't remember.
Wait. You did it in a day?
Yeah, you just do the marathon nonstop. You sit there and do it. And I went, well, that's pretty cool. And I think once you do that, they go, oh, we got an idiot on the hook here. We got a live one. So they said, hey, we have a 50,000 meter club. And by the way, they send you either a t-shirt or a little pin.
Oh, that's a motivator.
Oh, yeah.
You got to, why aren't you wearing your pin?
It's somewhere around here.
Oh, okay.
Next to all the other crap. I don't like awards. I just like knowing so I did the 50,000 meter thing. And at the end of the year, I said, I wonder, I got it like in June because I realized that I got it in June. So I was really doing it in July. By the end of that first year in January, I was coming up on 1 million meters. And I went, I want to get 1 million before we click over to the new year. So I really started paying attention,
Oh my
like
God.
90 minutes a day, that kind of thing. But then I realized that Concept 2, they don't end on the first of the year, the last day of the year.
Right.
They start on May 1st.
Oh, my birthday.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you. Why May 1st?
I don't know. So the last day is April 30th. Every year,
Huh.
May 1st starts the new fiscal year for them.
Okay.
Oh, and I wonder if I can get another million between
Oh my
January
God.
and May. So I did. And then I got tired of the roar for a while. I started using my spinner more and that kind of thing. And the pandemic was loosening up a bit,
Yeah.
the whole thing. So then, over the rest of the year, I got like another million, but it took me like the rest of the year to do it.
Sure.
And then I've been piddling around on it. So I'm over 5 million now. But the bottom line is one day I was doing it. It's like, what? Why am I doing this? I should put this to use.
Why are you virtually rowing?
And man, it's so much fun being out there.
Yeah.
Look, my face is red. I'm suntanned. I've been outside so much in the sun.
How many people are in your class or whatever you want to call it?
Uh, let's see. 4 times 8, that would be
30.
24. Um,
32, or am I wrong again?
four, no, four, no, 3 boats of 8 and 1 boat of 4. I meant to say so.
Okay.
4, so 28.
And how many people are in each rowboat?
So they started with 2 or 3 8-man boats, and then 1 4-man.
Oh,
To
huge.
get everybody, and then they have 2 launches. Like those little barges with the
Right.
The coaches are on that, and of course they have a coxswain in each boat.
This is so cool.
Yeah, so you learn with the real coxswain and the whole thing. And then halfway through the class, we went to 4-man boats and we did sculling. Now, do you know the difference between sweep rowing and sculling?
Nope.
Okay, sweep rowing is you have 8 people, but there's 4 oars on each side.
Right.
And you have one big oar, and kind of like you're pulling.
Heave. Yeah.
You're doing that.
Yeah.
And then that's easy because you only have one oar to deal with. And then when everyone goes to a 4-man boat, we went to 4-man sculls, not 4-man sweep boats. Now you have an oar in each hand.
Oy vey.
You got to operate 2 oars. Turns out not everyone is so coordinated.
But it's not like you're doing it you're doing them together, right?
Right. But here's the thing. This is the first time in my life I'm playing with non-athletes.
Sure.
Which was a real learning process for me. And I got to tell you, it's enjoyable to watch them learn something more than me, because at first inside I was steaming a little bit. It's like,
get it together.
There were a couple of people there. I was like, why in the fuck did you even, why are you here? Did you get drunk at a party and a tattoo was too much of a stretch? So you said, let me try rowing.
Yeah. Are you here on a dare?
Yeah. It's like, did you lose a bet? But to watch these people, struggle with it and then relax into it and then start doing it, I got so much respect for these people now. Right. And I think a bunch of them are coming over to novice. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, you start meeting them and it's like, oh yeah, yes. Husband and wives. There's a husband, wife, and 2 kids.
Really?
Yeah, like the 16 and 17-year-old kids in the house. And that's, and everyone is doing well now.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
That is so cool. Now, I in full disclosure, when we first started talking about this, and you said you were in a rowboat, I pictured you with, one of those sort of beat up sort of fisherman's cap with a 6-pack next to you and like a rowboat, like for 2 with a little bench in the middle.
Like Muscle Up Dogs, that movie.
Yeah.
You don't watch rom-coms, but
I know what you're talking about.
And like has one of those big giant rowboats that one person can have a guitar and the other is drawing.
There's one fishing line just sort of bobbing off the side. So I respected you, but now I have a lot more respect.
No, these things that if you didn't have those oars in the water, these things would tip over. I'm gonna see if I can find one on my Instagram really fast.
Yeah, please do. A bunch of my friends ended up on crew team in college. We didn't have one, but a different college. And so that's like the vibe, right? That's the rowing team.
Right. Just when you want to see this, they're showing me, why is it that Instagram thinks I just want to see hot chicks?
Because you're a dude.
Let's see. Oh, you can't really see that. Here we go. Can you, you know,
Oh yeah, look at
that
that. Yeah,
that's,
exactly. Okay.
that's
You're
not
hauling
live.
ass, but somebody's hauling ass in that video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing. As everyone starts doing things in concert,
Hmm.
like at first, some oars were going that way and the other oars were going that way.
And you're stuck in the middle.
It's like how do they not? But as soon as it clicks for everyone, it starts clicking. It's a wonderful thing.
Oh, I love this. And it's as you to get back to the beginning, it's hot as the devil's ball sack
Oh
and
yeah.
it's humid. And the goal is to not get into the water. So are do you have water bottles with you in that tight little space?
Yeah, you could bring a water bottle with you. And I do, but you generally every now and then you might get a sip,
But your hands are pretty busy.
yeah. There's something I want you to watch, and I want you to watch it as soon as you can.
Okay,
And I
I'm
want everyone to watch this.
ready to Google.
It's called The Most Beautiful Thing. It's a documentary from 2020. Matter of fact, I might watch it again tonight. Um, this guy, I can't remember if it's Chicago or New York. He decides he's going to try to go to an inner city school,
Mm,
teach these
I've
black
seen.
kids how to
Uh-huh.
row.
Yeah, the rival gangs from the west side of Chicago coming together to row on the same boat.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And it lasted for a couple of years, and for whatever reason, it fell off and the whole thing. And all of these guys moved on with their lives and the whole thing. One became a barber, another one ended up in jail, another one, drug addict, like all kinds
Right.
of shit
Right.
happened. But they all got, they got the rowing is what kept them together.
For this brief moment, wow, I'm looking at it on mute.
You
It
got to
it looks
watch it because
incredible.
they decide I can't remember why, but they decide to get back in the boat again as adults,
Oh my God.
row again. And it was because they all had kids and they all wanted their kids to see what discipline was and what it takes to
Wow.
do. If you don't well up in this documentary, you don't have a soul. You're
I
soulless.
I've never
Pride.
heard of this.
Oh, it's a beautiful. I'm watching it again tonight.
Oh, me too. The
Beautiful
kid will love
documentary.
this.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The kid can definitely watch it. Definitely. But it's
Wow.
there for the audience again. A most beautiful thing. I'm sure it's on Amazon. Kind of like my movie. You could probably find it on Vudu and YouTube TV or wherever it's put out. Go check this out. Whether you ever want to row or not, go watch a
Wow.
beautiful thing. Gina, we're going to call that. I know you had other stuff to talk about,
You
but
know what? It's evergreen. It's something you're going to probably agree with, which I don't bring you very often. So we'll save that for a day where you need to be in a good mood.
yeah, I'm in a horrible mood today.
Oh boy.
Really
You're,
am.
you're going to have to row it out.
But I have to work it out in the water. See what I can do.
That's good.
The most beautiful thing. I'll be watching again tonight. So, folks, Gina Grad does a show. It's with Brian Bishop. The show, it's one of the few I listen to. I'll listen to an occasional Corolla. I will always listen to Mike Rowe,
Of course.
and I'll listen to Gina Grad.
Oh, thank you. It's a fun show, very easy. I listen to a lot of crime and crazy stuff and loud podcasts, and I got to tell you, if you just want a couple of buddies in your ear while you're cleaning or driving or chilling, I recommend Brian and I. It's very I'm proud to say it's kind of a low impact, like friendly conversation. We talk a lot about things going on in LA and a lot about things not going on in LA. So it's really for everyone. The Brian and Gina show, wherever you listen to podcasts. And My Extra Mom, still available. Go through the Amazon banner at Vinnie's website, of course. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps Vinnie, which helps all of us. And get My Extra Mom. It's a book about being a step parent. And thank you.
Yeah, go do that. And folks, you know what to do. We have the NSNG ebook at VinnieTortorich.com, the superfan page, and you can book a consult if you want. I love talking to people, and this is a way to connect. Gina reminded me of another song today.
Of course.
And once again, it's country and western. She said, my father would always say, God love her.
Yeah.
So Toby Keith has a great song called God Love Her.
Oh my God.
Bet you didn't know that, Gina.
I did not. I'm looking it up.